HooHooHooRobin.
Let's move on to this kid on the flight.
I love this. I would love to have been on this flight. Of course, I would never travel AirTran. No first class.
What is that?
That used to be ValueJet.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one
Until that one went into the Everglades, and
I always liked that had a funny smiley face on the airplanes.
Oh my God! I know.
Like you want your planes to be funny and silly. That plane looks hilarious.
Yeah, it was the tail logo was a plane with a big smile, and it was kind of curled up like a shrimp.
Yeah,
it was laughing like a plane.
As it went in the
like
drink,
that.
It was going.
Yeah, like no matter how horrific, there's screaming people inside. It's in flames going down, yet that tail is smiling.
Well, it's not smiling when it's upside down in the swamp.
Just wham.
Now it looks like a frown.
So, how did they solve that problem? They got out the old paint roller and put AirTran on it.
And they want us to forget.
Yep. Yeah. Right after that happened, as a matter of fact, short little story, we were fired from Boston, and they were flying us around.
We were being
Atlanta.
courted.
We were being courted by other stations, and we got our tickets, and it was for AirTran. And I was like, dude, this is ValueJet. They just painted over the fucking planes.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do, with, it's not a new airline just because it's got a new paint job.
And that was when I was beyond scared of flying, so I was on a payphone.
Oh, yeah, you were just giving Bob shit.
Just giving our agent shit, the people that were flying us down
shit. You got us the cheapest fucking airline that just crashed into the Everglades, and they paint the plane. It's still wet. It's like tacky. Like, I got a little ritual where I have to kind of pat the plane a couple of times before I go in the door. I kind of give it like a ding-ding. Yeah, get us there, buddy.
You got wet paint on your fingers.
There's like wet paint. Like, what is that? And I'm seeing kind of a smiley face plane underneath it.
This is a red fucking car, Rudy. Wait, did you really tap it when you walk on the plane?
Yeah, I give the side of the door.
The right knuckle, the knuckle of my right middle finger. I have to go like this. On the outside of the plane.
Yeah, I give 2 taps with not the palm of my hand, but the tips of my fingers. I go like dunk dunk to the right side of the door.
I do too. I have to do that. Yeah. And then I have to put my cock in the cockpit and yell Allah Akbar and go sit down. Just a ritual.
But then everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, a little ritual. Everyone does. It's probably going to be so many people do things like that rapid decompression of the plane because some idiots are knocking next to the door. It weakened the aluminum. A rivet popped out. Investigation has determined tapping.
All right, what happened on the plane?
Well, flight attendants.
You're going to want to kill the kid and the parents.
Obnoxious passengers, usually. The flight attendants who won't listen to the instructions, and they kick them off the plane. Right. Massachusetts couple think AirTran Airways went overboard by treating their crying 3-year-old daughter in much the same way. Julie and Jerry Julie and Jerry
Foreign.
Yes, exactly. Julie and Jerry Donahue and daughter Ellie were removed from the flight when the girl refused to take her seat before takeoff. But the parents said they just needed a little more time to calm her down.
Get her in the
There's
seat.
the problem.
Get her in the seat.
Get her in the fucking seat.
Just take her physically and put her in the fucking seat.
Pick her up, grab her by the hair.
Yeah.
But they had just visited her Grammy. The Grammy. Yeah. So I guess she was upset with leaving Grammy.
Who cares?
She was removed because she was climbing under the seat and hitting her parents and wouldn't get in her seat.
Put her in the seat physically.
Get in the fucking seat.
Well, you got to calm her down, don't you?
What?
Don't you have to calm her down?
Yeah, but the thing is that they're just shitty travelers.
Right.
There's a whole system to put it. I've traveled with 2 kids. I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. And we travel with them all the time. Oh. And you got to get your shit put away fast so that you have time to calm your They're just fucking assholes.
They don't know.
They're just like those people that like, when you see on an airplane where like you're starting a taxi and a guy just gets up like a cunt, just stands up and goes in the overhead and the plane stops and you hear, we need everyone to sit down. It's usually a fucking Hasid, by the way, who just looks at the front of the plane like, what? They're just going to get my money or whatever.
We need all passengers to be seated and belted in for the taxi.
And by all passengers, I mean the one guy that's standing up.
Exactly.
So I'm going to chastise everybody like you're all assholes because one fucking asshole. All you people that were belted in and just reading and paying attention to the rules because you're experiencing this flying thing, you're all assholes too. Because one fuck stood up. Thank you. Enjoy the flight.
It would be funny if they chastised him specifically, if they said, we appreciate all of you being in your seats, except for you, the Jew with the fat wife. Would you please sit down so we can taxi?
Get your stupid ass in the fucking seat. No, so these people are just incompetent. I mean, Look, I don't believe in people that hate babies on flights. I think are assholes. Like when my baby is crying and people like crane their necks to look back. Yeah. Like, could you turn off that machine that makes that noise? I fucking looked them in the face, like, please actually say something so I can piss in your mouth. Because it's a fucking child, you fucking piece of shit. We're taxiing. You know, we're very good at keeping our kids quiet. They don't cry through flights. But if my daughter goes like, fucking some rich asshole, like, rustles his newspaper and looks back at me like, whoa, this is unheard of. I look in his. I love it. I look right in their face. I've been with this kid all fucking day. I would love to unload unfairly on a stranger. Wow. Give me a reason.
No, it's great to see the other side because there's no one in this room that's going to agree with you, Louie.
Yeah, no, I know. People hate when kids cry.
But it's great to see the other side of it because we want to turn around and tell
I want the parents to treat the child like that Korean woman treated that chicken in the last episode of MASH.
Right.
That's what I want.
You made me remember that. Yeah,
it was a chicken. Louie, chicken, right?
Holy fuck. It's very simple. I just want the parents to at least try.
That's the thing. That's all I want in my world.
I get frustrated. They're still crying, but at least try to do something.
And for the 4 hours, break your fucking parent rules. Like if there's no candy allowed before dinner and the kid's crying for candy, fucking send them into diabetic shock.
No, you're absolutely right, and they should have kicked them off. If the kid is not in his fucking seat, he's a liability, fucking kick the whole family off. Right. Absolutely.
And they did.
They did, and they should have. Yes, just the kid.
Leave make the parents fly. Standing there on the empty jetway, you just see him like crawling dangerously close to the edge.
Yeah. No, most parents are fucking idiots, and I hate parents on airplanes that don't. Like, I saw this guy flying with his daughter, and she's crying, and he's a guy, so he just sits back, all he has to do is hold her for a second, won't do it.
Why the fuck?
And a mother I saw once is feeding Mountain Dew and M&M's to her fucking kid.
There you go.
Whose face is purple with sugar rage by the end of and fucking caffeine. Idiots.
Are you ever embarrassed? Like, I understand, like, Geraldo made a good point one time. He goes, I know it's annoying, but what do you want people to do? Not travel with kids? It's like, you have to. It's like, and they are kids. They're not machines.
The reason I hate people that complain is because they have no they'll complain about anything. Like, again, my daughter had a rattle once. She's not actually we give her a rattle so that she'll be pacified. She's rattling her rattle as we're taxiing, and people are looking at me like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you. Get on your cell phone and call your fucking girlfriend and let me hear that now. You fucking adult cunt.
What? Once the engines really crank up, it's really hard to hear anything around you anyway. Yeah. But it is that when you're boarding, the taxiing, when you get a kid crying, it's not. I won't do the turnaround. I won't. But my shoulders go up, and that sound, I'm like, I can't take baby crying sound. Right. To me, it's the old nails on the blackboard.
Sure.
But you know what is good now? iPods. Everyone, can't you put your fucking iPod? Because I have one, and I won't notice a kid crying.
So what you're saying is take it and hit the kid with it repeatedly, holding it with your earbuds.
I don't even realize the kid is crying. I swear to God, like someone will go, "Why is that kid crying?" And I realize, oh, I'm fingering it.
Here comes Bill Donahue. Before you finish the story, Eric in Colorado. This just sounds completely insane. Eric, what's up?
Yeah, hey guys. Hey, a couple of years ago, my wife and I were flying out of Denver, and this guy kept standing up on the plane, and the stewardess told him twice to sit down. On the third time, he was standing, the cockpit door was open, and this was before 9/11. The pilot slammed on the brakes on the taxiway. The guy went face first to the ground and broke his nose. The stewardess and another passenger looked at the guy and said, "They told you to sit down."
Why would he keep standing? What?
Yeah, no, I've seen that so many times.
By the way, Craig is just stupid.
Yeah.
Why? What?
Yeah, and Sam jumped up and started pointing like, this Craig right here. Sam can't wait to get in the middle of this.
What happened?
Well, I would have never went. The phone said in mid-flight the pilot jammed on the brakes.
Right, mid-flight.
So that's why we went to the phone call thinking it'd be, we could point out how stupid this guy is.
Like, I can understand if the pilot wants to, like, hit the air brakes and put the engines into reverse at 35,000
like
feet.
Top Gun.
Yeah, like that.
Let him pass me.
Let him pass me. And but do you really want a pilot that's that into fucking someone up that he's just going to stop the plane? No. We're going to do a barrel roll now and then gonna knock this guy's head off the fucking roof.
Craig's having a tough day. He's learning the ropes. He's learning the ropes.
Roofs. The story continues. There's rules. She climbed under the seat, wouldn't get out. Said they were following FAA rules that children aged 2 and above have to have their own seat and be wearing a seatbelt. The flight was already delayed 15 minutes. And in fairness to the other 112 passengers on the plane, the crew made an operational decision to remove the family.
Good for them.
We were giving an opportunity to hold her, console her, or anything. Weren't given, sorry. Ellie was sitting in front of our seat crying. The attendant motioned to a seat and asked if we purchased it for her. They had paid for the seat. Jerry said, another attendant, yes.
Big problem here is that it sounds from what they're saying that the little girl was sitting by herself and the parents were sitting together behind her.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, because, parents that do this fucking are the worst, that they put their kid, if there's 2 parents and a kid traveling, like I sat next to some little girl on the flight here from LA recently, her parents are sitting together eating and having a great time. I'm fucking raising their kid.
Oh my God!
You're raising the kid.
I'm helping her with her juice. I'm listening to her fucking cunty little stories about her grandma. I don't want to hear any of it.
Why, they weren't good stories?
Do you want to play my Game Boy? No, I got fucking work to do. I'm trying to watch softcore porn on my fucking DVD player.
And mom and dad are canoodling.
Or they're having a great time on the other seat having fucking margaritas and shit.
Another cocktail here, please.
Yeah. No, they're that's why she's crawling under the seat to get to her parents. Because they're not sitting with her. It should have been the mom and the kid, or the dad and the kid, and then the one parent. And the reason I'll tell you why that didn't happen is because the parents fought. I'm not sitting with her. No, I fucking sat with her on the way to grandma's. Oh, well, let's just make that stranger sit with them.
Louie CK.
Yeah,
I've seen his act.
Yeah, fucking assholes.
Do you want to say something to the parents?
They should have been thrown off the plane while it was in flight. They should have been thrown off from 30,000 feet.
Goldfinger right through the window.
You're the type that would say something, though. You want to say something to the parents sometimes?
I would. If they were there, I would. Especially if there was a problem and it was holding up the plane. I think I would have said,
I'm sure.
Why isn't she sitting with you? You guys stink. I hate you.
I'm sure people would just mumble if you fucking people.
Yeah.
Kid,
I bet they got applause. I hope they got applause when they kick them off.
Her cunty little stories. She's one.
They told the family, you need to get her in control and in her seat. The couple told the attendant they were trying. Julie said she asked the attendants if Ellie could sit on her lap, but they said no. The family flew home the next day.
Wait a minute. Were there 3 seats and she was in... There might have been 3 seats together.
Well, what they're saying there is that we're trying to get that she was... What was the one sentence back? That she was in front of them.
Yeah,
it's the seat in front of us.
She wouldn't get into her seat. They were... she was like under the seat.
Yeah, but then right before...
Crawling...
No, she was sitting in front of the parents. I think they mean like on the floor in front of them. Like say it's parent, empty seat, parent. I think the kid just crawled out of her seat and was sitting on the floor in front of her parents.
She was climbing under the seat and hitting her parents and wouldn't get in her seat.
And then what's the next thing? After
children under 2 and above must have their own seat and be wearing a seatbelt upon takeoff.
And then
the flight was delayed 15 minutes. Yeah. In fairness to the other passengers, they were removed. We weren't given an opportunity to hold her, console her, or anything. Ellie was sitting in front of our seat crying.
Oh, so you're saying she's sitting on the floor?
Maybe she was on the floor, like where you put your little fucking...
I'm enjoying my anger. I'm sticking with this story.
You stick with your story. It makes it a lot more fun.
We got a guy that Looks like he was on the flight. Larry in Florida, what's up?
Hi,
Larry.
My son's a big fan of you guys. I've never really heard you. You guys are funny, though, I'll tell you what.
Thanks.
I was on this plane and when this happened, and it started, they were just kind of, this little girl was really upset. She was, obviously, she seemed like she was more tired than anything, and, I've got 3 daughters myself, so I know what that's like when they're kids and they haven't slept, and
I'm calling.
I think they were at Disneyland or something.
This whole call. Let's just see where he goes with it.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty upset. And then I said, "Well, get this shitty bitch off the plane."
We're so on to him, like right from the start. Jimmy gives me a look like I'm already looking up at the name, like this guy just isn't.
Who is this guy?
He was a punk.
Just someone who thought he
was a
get
blockhead.
He was a what?
Blockhead. You blockhead.
It's my new favorite.
Why you?
Insult.
Oh,
blockhead.
Nerds to you.
Don't be a blockhead.
Well, get this. The family flew home the next day. The Orlando-based carrier reimbursed the family about $600, the cost of the 3 tickets, and offered them 3 round-trip tickets anywhere the airline flies. But it's too little, too late for the Kulsas. The father said they would never fly Air Tran again.
What a
shouldn't
shame.
have the first time.
Wait, where do they live? Let's try to get them on the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
call
let's-
them up.
Let's go to Joe in Jersey. Joe.
Get them immediately.
Guys,
Hey.
how's it going, guys?
Hey.
First, Lou, I love your spiel special. It was great.
Thank you.
With the fuck you kids and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what. I tell my kid I want to do that every day.
Thanks, man.
Number 2 is I was coming home from Florida 2 weeks ago, and we had a problem with. We were about to land into Newark, and my daughter was sleeping on my wife's lap, and the stewardess asked my wife to put the seatbelt on before we land, and my wife said, well, she's sleeping, can we let her sleep? And the stewardess said, well, no, you got to put the seatbelt on. So my wife starts arguing with her, and basically it came down to she told my wife, we will not land the plane, we're going to have authorities at the airport unless you do this. So the stewardess are pretty much assholes on the flight.
Dude, you gotta strap your
Well, you
kid
got
in,
it. No, it's the thing is.
I know, no.
Something happened to the kid, and your kid like
It's
slammed
for
his
your
face
safety.
against the fucking
The thing that people
tray.
don't understand, and there's a million comedians that make hay of this stupid fucking. I hate stand-up comedy that's based on ignorance.
Yeah.
The whole thing of like, put your seatbelt on, like that's gonna help if we crash into a mountain. Yeah, that's what they're for, you fucking dunce. They're there for when you're taxiing, because when you're fucking land, you're going about 150 miles per hour.
Louie CK ruins bit for hundreds of hack comics. Film at 11.
If the plane wheel hits a chuck hole in the runway or something, your head could go slamming into. And the reason they put the seat goes up. So, sir, it's important. It's a federal fucking regulation. If something happened to your kid, the flight attendant would be run out on a rail and sued and everything.
Jesus, lucky goody two shoes. We're gonna call that show.
Might chip a tooth.
No, here's the thing, though. I understand what you're saying. No, Louis is technically correct.
You tell the story.
But they have in the airline industry turned into a bunch of they're just a blind robotic twats. Like I was on the plane today with DIC in Chicago, and I had my laptop open, the cabin door's closed, and the captain gets on and goes, we got a de-ice. We're going to be about 20 minutes before pushback. Mm-hmm. So I'm on the laptop. 30 seconds later, the stewardess walks by and goes, you have to close that, sir. I'm like, but he just said there's going to be 20-minute delay. 20 minutes. She goes, I know, but the doors are closed. So I closed it, but I'm just like, you fucking cunt. Like, he just said 20-minute delay.
Yeah.
Like, I understand if we're backing up, but you heard him say it.
You know what, though? You know who ruins that?
Oh.
Other people that would do it.
Yeah.
The door would close. Like, they got to make the rules so basic. They can't say,
because
when the door closes, unless we're de-icing and there's a delay, because then there'd just be everybody, hello? Yeah, and I got the folder here with me, and I'm...
because she's basically caring for a fucking 200 children. Everybody on a plane is a child, and if she had to go like make these Solomon like rulings for every single, you opened it after the de-icing, however and it would just go to hell.
There's a power trip thing going on too.
You are okay. You're a fucking mongoloid.
There's a power trip.
Absolutely right.
There's a power trip thing going on too.
That federally that they're federally.
But I mean, she could obviously
endowed
look past that. But she has this little bit of power, and she wants to just kind of.
No, and it comes down to the people, because most of the time you get up they'll say now it's absolutely federally, and I get up and piss.
You guys take a leak
all the time.
The point was, the first half hour of this trip, my daughter was screaming, so she was quiet. So my wife was like, "Hey, let's keep her quiet. Keep it down." We had a half hour to land.
And then what happened?
What I mean, we weren't. That's
And then what happened?
Well, we put seatbelt on,
That's another thing. It's like, we have a half hour to land. It's not the point of the landing also. Yeah. It's the point that when the plane is changing altitude, it's hitting different air.
Yeah,
you get turbulence, the things. It's not like
I sympathize. I know what it's like to fly with kids, but you just have to work within the system that there's,
Oh, yeah, no, it's understandable.
And the bottom line is this. I'm sorry. No, just let me make a point, sir. Like, if they fucking hit some bumps and you fall and break your fucking nose, you're going to sue the airline.
And you're going to sue, and you're going to settle out of court, and the airline is going to have to pay out some money, no matter how much your fault it was.
No, but people do. It depends on who you're.
That in the end.
It always
Us.
Joe Consumer.
Exactly.
I like to say.
It's just Jimmy made the point. They're robots. They have no,
No, so you can tell when you're dealing with somebody who's got the ability to decide based on the human there. Or people that, I checked in a hotel, the heat turned off in my shitty apartment, so I went to the Mercer Hotel.
Yeah.
And I go down there, and they charge fucking $530 for a room, which is crazy.
That is bizarre what they charge.
But I'm there, and I've got all my crap, so I just go ahead and pay. And then I'm just walk in and ask for a room.
Yeah.
And they give one to me. I go upstairs, it's tiny, the bed's not even like a whole bed, and the window's wide open, and it's freezing, and it's crazy. So I just go to the front desk and I go, I'm bailing, I can't do this. And she goes, oh, well, you're going to be charged. I'm like, no, I've been in there for 10 seconds.
Yeah, why?
And she says, well, because you made a reservation and you need 24 hours. No, I didn't. I walked in and took the fucking room. What is that based on? She says, well, when we rent the room, we're expecting that we're making that rate on that. Yeah, but I've been in there for 10 seconds.
10 fucking seconds. Now that's ridiculous.
She says, I'll leave a note for the manager and tomorrow he'll decide. I'm like, no, you're not charging my fucking credit card. And we started yelling at each other, this woman, and then some guy eating an apple walked by who works there and goes, what are you doing? Let him just take the charge off.
Right in front of her. You take out your Amex, and you get on your cell phone, you call Amex, and you look her right in the eye as you're going, I just had a charge, I want to take it off, and you guys deal with it. Like, Amex has thugs that deal with situations like that, and they will they'll fight for you. And you tell them what happened, the hotel tells them, and they take the fucking shit right off your credit card.
Oh, I hated that woman.
If you fight enough. Hold on. The airline thing, though, is like people bringing up little things. I consider it fucking point A to point B transportation. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking to play slot cars in the middle of the lane, the aisle. I'm not looking to fucking, fun and games. It's travel.
Yes.
So I don't care if they're robots. Bring me my drink. Bring me my food.
Yes.
I'll buckle up. I'll stay in my seat when they tell me to. Mm-hmm. And then I'll get off the fucking plane when I get where I'm at. The plane isn't the big fucking adventure. I'm not 5 years old, on a wild journey.
Also, I not to keep shitting on comedians, but most of them are hard.
So easily shit-onable.
Yeah. The other thing that comedians make fun of is all the problems, like how annoying it is to fly and you don't like the food. You're flying through the fucking air. Yes. It's a miracle. You're flying. It used to take a lifetime, and with most of your family dying, to get from the East Coast to the West Coast. And now it takes 5 hours, and 99.9% of the time there's zero problems.
I'm on a Conestoga wagon with Indians shooting arrows at you.
Yes.
And these motherfuckers are upset. I had to put my belt on. You're hurtling through the fucking cosmos at 500 miles an hour.
Yeah, and the captain was so boring on the thing. Yeah, well, he has an amazing skill. And he is putting his life in your hands and taking you for $300 to another city thousands of miles away in minutes.
It's almost like a transporter room.
Unappreciative.
It's time to have dinner that day.
Yeah.
The food was weird. Shut the fuck up.
Who gives a shit?
Hey, I like it.
Let's go to Terry in Georgia. Has a problem with Louis CK.
Take your shit with you, too. It's not just you.
No.
It's bags of your shit, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Terry.
Louie, you're such a cock. What are you doing sticking up for these flying whores? Get my fucking drink, get my meal, get me a blanket, and shut the fuck up.
They do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
I've never had a problem.
Yeah, when have you not had them do that?
Sitting there going, we're walking out if we don't get service in another 5 minutes because The second I sit down, would you like a drink? Here's a menu.
Try it and coach.
What do you have?
I know.
Oh, is there?
Not everyone flies first class.
Let me tell you something.
Menu.
I was under the impression I was flying a fucking 8-foot wide plane, 8-foot long plane.
He's losing touch. Oh my God.
I thought all planes only had 5 rows.
How much people in coach must hate it when it's like when they make those announcements. Please put your seat up in your tray table. Those of you flying in first class, please let your hooker take the dick out of your mouth.
All dicks out of hookers' mouths.
Yeah. Put away the DVD player, the massage unit, the fucking.
But a menu, when we travel, you don't get a menu, and then the coach, they give you a menu. It says, this is for lunch. Eat it or go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Those are your choices on the menu.
No, most of the airlines, they don't serve food now.
Right.
Cross-country flight, they say,
not behind that curtain.
Enjoy the fucking McDonald's that the guy next to you.
We still gotta relate to the little people.
I never knew. I thought everyone got that fine service.
That was really bad.
Silverware. He was commenting on the flight attendants.
But that's what they do. They do bring you. Yeah, they do bring you your shit, and they do shut the fuck up.
Never had a problem with them.
And then but there's no way there's anything worse than being a flight attendant. I don't think that ever you have to fucking care for these idiots that you're definitely better than as a person.
Yeah. No, but when I'm talking about the robots, it's not like them then following those federal regulations.
Yeah.
It's like when my girlfriend and I were flying, and we had our seats together, we booked them together, and all of a sudden they were different. So I go up to the lady at the desk, and I go, we were booked together.
Yeah.
Why are we separated on the plane now? And she goes, oh, well, they changed aircraft. And I'm like, well, I fly a lot. And it's a 757-300. The other plane was a 757-300. So why would they swap out for similar aircraft? And she was, I don't know why they just do that sometimes. And I'm like, you fucking genderless fucking bag of shit.
Look into it.
That's the company line. Don't lie to me. I fly too much, you fucking pig. That's what bugs me. Yeah. Not when they make you sick because you're hitting turbulence.
Oh, listen, I deal with plenty of pieces of shit.
When they separate people like based on race, I agree with that too.
All right, let's step aside.
I have to tinkle, Opie.
Yeah, that's why.
Can I just say one thing quickly?
Yes.
I was on a plane and there was a foreign flight attendant, like from Italy or something, a really weird lady with a European accent, and she said to this couple with kids, you have to separate. There are rules about having too many children in one row because of how many masks there are.
Oh, right, because you have to assist the...
Yeah, so she says, there are not enough masks for the children, and so if there's a problem that one child will not survive.
She told him that? Wow, that is great.
That's wonderful.
Fuck you, lady. I'll rip the oxygen mask off your face and put it on my own kids.
No kidding.
All right, like they wouldn't be pandemonium, but not
Spanking
survive.
kids next on the Opie Network.
Robin,